What's going on, guys, and welcome to Yacht Expedition. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the LED grill bar lights for the 5th gen 4Runner. We're going to show you the two different options that we have here on the table, and then we're going to show you how to get them installed. So first off, if you have an SR5 4Runner or a TRD Offroad 4Runner, you're going to have this particular grill right here, and you're going to have these two bars on either side of the Toyota logo. So we're going to be replacing those completely with these, and then you have the option of having one with a running light and a turn signal, or one with just a running light. So really quickly, going over both of the different styles, we have these ones here that have the extra wire on them, and that's going to be the wire that runs to the turn signal on the passenger or driver side of your 4Runner. And then these are going to have a white driving light or running light, and then the turn signal is going to be a sequential amber turn signal. And then on this side, these are just going to be your running light, and these are going to be amber only. So you only have 2 wires on each instead of 3 like these. So these are a little bit easier to hook up, but obviously you have one less function. It's gonna be a pretty simple install, so let's go ahead and get into it. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna pop the hood, we're gonna get the upper shroud plastic piece off. There's a bunch of push clips holding this on. We're gonna go ahead and get all of those taken out. So you're just gonna push the center in and pop these out. So we'll just pull this off now and get this out of our way. So now that we have this open, the next thing we're going to do is pull the upper section of the grill off. Now you can do this with it installed. It's going to be a little bit more difficult to see what you're doing to get these OEM grill bars out. So we're just going to go ahead and quickly pop this upper section off. You have 2 clips, one on either side, and we have a 10mm bolt in the center. We're going to go ahead and take those out. Now we got that removed, we'll go ahead and just grab the grill and we'll pull it towards us. If this is the first time you're removing this, it might be a little difficult, but just work at it and it'll come off. All right, so with the OEM grill here on the table, we're gonna go ahead and flip it over, and where the grill bars are on the back side, you're gonna see we have 2 Phillips head screws. So we're gonna go ahead and remove those, and then there's a clip in the center. We're gonna go ahead and undo that clip, and then the grill bars will come out. With the OEM grill bars removed, we can go ahead now and get the LED light bars in place. So we're going to take the wires and we're going to feed those through the hole where the clip is in the center. So we'll feed that through. You'll probably have to grab it from the inside and then pull it. Just take your time, make sure you're not going to rip the end of the wire off or anything like that. Probably want to grab yourself like a flathead screwdriver and just help it through. There we go. You can see that the wire is coming out here on this side of the clip, so you want to make sure that the wire is also going in on that side. If you have it on the opposite side, you won't be able to get this clipped in. But now you can pull it tight, snap it in place, and then get your 2 screws reinstalled. We'll go ahead and get this side in as well. So this side we're going to be installing the one with the turn signal. So we're going to go ahead and feed that turn signal wire through, and then get the other 2 wires fed through just like we did on this side. With wires through, we'll go ahead and reinstall the screws. We got the lights tightened down in place. Now we're going to take the harness that comes with it, and on the end you're going to take the plug off on both sides. And now we need to put this plug on the wires that we just put through. The reason you have to do this afterwards is obviously because this would not fit through where we put those wires. So you want to make sure when you do this that you're going to be putting the wires in the right orientation so that it matches up with the wire color on the harness. So as you can see, with this plug plugged into the harness, we have blue on that side and we have brown on that side. So match that up, and we'll go ahead and get these put into our plug. So blue on this side, brown on this side, and you push it in until it clicks. And there we go. So this side's done. Go ahead and do this side. If the wires are not clipping into the plug, you probably need to flip them over 180 degrees. So with the plugs put onto our wires that we put through, we can go ahead and get this back onto the 4Runner. I just want to mention, if you want to delete that chrome emblem here in the center, you can get a black one or a Tapa one from Yoda X just to finish off the front end here. Let's go ahead and get this put back in place. All right, so we have the grill back into the 4Runner, and now we can go ahead and get the wiring done. So we're gonna have two different ways of doing this to get the lights power. So we're gonna include a fuse tap. So this would go into your fuse box, and we're also going to include a wire tap. So if you want to tap into a wire that's existing, say your running lights on your headlights, you can get power from there. So you have two different options. We're gonna go ahead and do it with a wire tap and show you how to do that. Let's go ahead and plug in our harness here to our lights, and then we'll route this up behind the headlight. Your blue wire here is going to be the ground, so you can get that right from the inner fender here. There's a 10mm bolt. You can just go ahead and loosen that, put that in there, and tighten it down, and then the brown wire is going to be your power, and we're going to use that to tap into our running light wire on our headlights. So we'll go ahead and just get this routed wherever you want to route it. And to make this a little bit easier, I'm going to go ahead and pop this off so we have a little bit better access to the plug on the headlight. So on these aftermarket headlights that we have, the plug for the running lights is tucked in there. It's a brown plug that has two wires coming out of it. That's the plug that we're going to be using to get power for our new grill bar lights. So if you can, reach in there, unplug it, and pull it out and make it a little bit easier. All right, so here is the plug, and as you can see, we already have a wire tap in this. So you have two wires coming out of this. The green wire coming out of it is the one that we want to get power off of. So if you want, you can go a little bit farther down, cut the wire protector open so that you can expose the two wires, and then use the wire tap down there. So I took that other wire tap off, and you can see we have the green wire exposed. So we're going to go ahead and get our new wire tap installed. Get yourself some pliers and squeeze that down until it clicks. So that's good. So you can see the wire coming out of the wire protector here is pretty short. So we're going to go ahead and just pull that apart, giving ourselves a little bit extra so that we can make it to the ground. This, you don't have to splice the wire or anything, just leave it as is, and we'll go ahead and put this into our wire tap. So you can see there's like a little loop at the top. Go ahead and put it in there and push it all the way to the back, and then we'll go ahead and close that and use our pliers to clip it down in place, just like that. Now we can go ahead, put our plug back onto the back of our headlight, and then we'll get that ground hooked up over here. So we showed you how to hook them up with the wire tap to get them power. If you're not looking to do that and you want to use the fuse tap, you can go into the fuse box here underneath the hood, and we'll show you one of the spots that you can use to get this powered. So we currently have a spot taken under our fuse box for our headlights. So you can see we have a wire tap right here, and that is going into the HLP fuse. It's a 10 amp fuse. So essentially what you want to find is anything under here that is accessory power only. So that means that when the key is turned on, it then gets power, because there is things under here that get power with the key off and just straight from the battery. You don't want to do that, because then the lights are going to be on 24/7. So if you just find something under here that only has ignition power, you can use the fuse tap on that, and then when you turn the key on, those grill bars will turn on for you. So at this point, if you got the ones that don't have the turn signals, you would be done. Even if you did get the turn signal ones, the running light would be working at this point, but the turn signals would not be. We still have our turn signal wire here that we need to hook up, but I'll go ahead and just flip these on here and show you the running lights. So as you can see, We have the one here on the driver's side in amber. This is just a running light. And then the one here on the driver's side in white. It's going to have a white running light, and then the turn signal will be sequential amber, which, as you saw when I first turned them on, they both have a startup sequence, so that's cool as well. So now we're going to go ahead and use another wire tap. We're going to wire up our turn signals. So we just have to find on the headlight which is our turn signal wire, and then we'll tap into that to get power. So when you're locating the wires for your turn signals, the wire color for the driver's side is going to be yellow, and then the wire color on the passenger side is going to be blue. So you're going to go ahead and tap into those. We just finished up here on this one, so I can go ahead now, turn these on, and I can show you the sequential turn signal function. So there they are on, startup sequence, and then I'll just turn the 4-ways on. So you can see now we have the passenger side one hooked up with the sequential turn signals. Like I mentioned earlier, this one does not have that functionality, so it's just an amber running light, and that's it. All right, guys, that's pretty much going to wrap up this install. I just wanted to show you one of each different styles. Now we can go ahead and do some wire management, tidy everything up under here, and we can get our plastic cover back into place. If you guys have any questions about the install or either one of these kits, ask us down below in the comments. And if you want to grab one of these, you can head over to yodaexpedition.com, click the link in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.